Hello my friend and welcome back to Survival Superhero. From a James Bond rugged phone with modular accessories that you can swap in and out, to a new 5G industrial explosion-proof rugged phone with thermal imaging, here are 7 rugged phones that you probably have never heard of. Coming up are 3 5G phones, 2 phones you can run over with your car, and more. Plus, I have uncovered a mystery in the rugged phone world, so stick around until the end to find out what it is and let me know your thoughts. Check the description below for links to each of these phones for more information or if you would like to purchase one. And now let's get straight into this video, starting with number 7. It's the Zeeker P10. This was the first smartphone from Zeeker Mobile, and it was the world's first rugged smartphone with a 108 megapixel main camera. Now it's also got 8 megapixel night vision, and it features electronic image stabilization that uses a motorized gimbal to keep the camera steady. Released October 2021, it runs on a Helio G85 chipset with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. It's got a 6.49-inch FHD Plus display running at 1080 by 2400 resolution. It's got a 6000 mAh battery with 18-watt wired charging and 15-watt wireless charging. And it is rated both IP68, IP69K for dust and water resistance, as well as military standard 810G with 1.8 meter drop protection. You can get the Zeeker P10 on AliExpress for just $200. Hit the link in the description below to check that out. Next up at number 6 is the Hammer Blade 5G. Now Hammer is a Polish company, and the Hammer Blade 5G was actually the world's first rugged smartphone with 5G and eSIM. Hammer has actually made over 10 rugged phones, but their company really isn't that widely known outside of Poland. Announced July 2021, the Hammer Blade 5G runs on a Dimensity 720 chipset with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. It's got a 6.3-inch IPS display running at 1080 by 2340 resolution with a 48 megapixel main camera. It's got a 5000 mAh battery, and it is rated IP69 for dust and water protection. Now it also has an IK07 impact rating, and it has been drop tested to survive falls up to 1.2 meters or 4 feet. Now the Hammer Blade 5G is priced at £430 on One Direct and 2,649 Polish złote on MPTech. Check below to get some direct links. Next up at number 5, we have got the Plum Gator 7. Priced at just $110, this is one of the lowest priced rugged phones that you can buy. It's made from a shock-resistant material with a rubber frame, and they even show you being able to run it over with your car. Released September 2021, it features NFC and face unlock, and it runs on Android 11. It's got a Helio A22 chipset with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage, expandable up to 128GB. It's got a 5.7-inch HD Plus display with Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection and a 5580 mAh battery that can last up to 3 days. But check this out. Now when it comes to the camera setup, Plum is trying to fake us out. But you gotta get up pretty early in the morning to get one over on old Survival Superhero over here. Because even though it looks like there are 3 cameras on the back, it's really only got one 8 megapixel main camera. Now, to be fair, Plum is not the only company to do this, but even so, it's a little underhanded even if other companies are doing the same thing. Now, it is rated IP69 for dust and water resistance. However, they do not give a military standard rating or a drop protection height. It is compatible with AT&T, T-Mobile, Speed Talk, Consumer Cellular, Mint, and Ting. Now, it is not compatible with Verizon, Straight Talk, or Boost. You can get the Plum Gator 7 on Amazon for just $110. Hit the link in the description below to check that out or to purchase one. Now, up next we have got two classic rugged phones. Coming in at number 40 is the Doogee S90. Now, the S90 is kind of like a James Bond rugged phone. This is the first rugged phone that I know of that offered modular expansion accessories. So it's got a bunch of modular add-ons that you attach to the back panel. And you can add things to it like a walkie-talkie module, a night vision camera, a video game controller, and a power module that adds an extra 5,000 milliampere hours to the phone's internal battery. And Doogee even shipped this with a jigsaw puzzle as well, just for fun. Released January 2019, the S90 has a Helio P60 chipset, 6GB of RAM, and 128GB of internal storage, expandable up to 256GB. It's got a 6.18-inch HD Plus IPS display with Gorilla Glass 4 protection, a 16-megapixel main camera, and a 5,050 mAh battery. And it is rated IP69K and military standard 810G. Now, unfortunately, Doogee has completely wiped the S90 off of all of their official stores, but you could try looking on eBay to snag one of these classic rugged phones for yourself. I will include a link for that in the description if you want to try your luck. Now, next up is another classic rugged phone. At number 3, we've got the Casio GZ1 Commando C811. Now, this phone packs a very interesting and unique design that you definitely will not soon forget, but whether that's a good or bad thing is up to you. Released April 2011, it's got dual front-facing speakers and some other unique features including a thermometer, a barometer, activity tracker, and you can pair it with some rugged Casio G-Shock smartwatches. It runs on a dual-core 1.5 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 chipset with 16 GB of internal storage that can be expanded with a micro SD card. It's got a 4-inch display running at 480 by 800 resolution, an 8-megapixel main camera that can record video up to 1080p, and a 1,800 mAh removable battery. Now, the body is designed to be waterproof, and it is rated military standard 810G. The Casio GZ1 Commando C811 has been discontinued, but you can get it on eBay for as low as $26 at the time of this video. Hit the link in the description below to check that out. Now, back to more modern devices. Coming up next, we have got number 2, the Crosscall Core-Z5 5G. Crosscall is another rugged phone company that I don't see many people talking about at all. I haven't even talked about them before, so I wanted to include their newest device in this video. And real quick, Crosscall has an interesting brand story that really sets them apart from other more faceless rugged phone companies. Crosscall set out to build rugged devices that would withstand the harsh conditions of the sea, and they wanted to also challenge the current multinationals who were already vying for a monopoly in the rugged phone industry. Now, I've got some good news and some bad news about this device. So first, the good news. Crosscall's latest device, the Core-Z5, was released back in October 2022, but they are still calling this an investment in the future because it is the first 5G rugged smartphone to come with a whopping 5-year warranty. And it also offers 2 additional Android updates to the Android 12 operating system that it ships with, plus security patch updates for the next 5 years. In addition, it does have a 2-watt 100 decibel speaker, and get this, it's got 4 programmable buttons. Usually we'll see 1 or 2 programmable buttons max, but this has got 4. Now the Core-Z5 runs on the Qualcomm QCM6490, which is the same chipset that the AGM G2 Guardian runs on. Now it is not a chipset that you really hear much about, but it is very high performing, and you can check out my full G2 Guardian review for benchmarks and tests on this chipset. The Core-Z5 has up to 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal storage that is expandable up to 1 TB. It's got a 6.08-inch display running at 720 by 1520 resolution, a 48 megapixel main rear camera that can shoot 4K video, and a 4,950 mAh battery. It is rated IP68 and can survive 2 hours underwater 2 meters deep, and it is also rated military standard 810H and can survive a 2-meter drop onto hard surfaces. The Crosscall Core-Z5 is priced at £850 on Crosscall's website. Now, Crosscall is a French company, and unfortunately the bad news here is that it looks like they will only ship a phone to you if you live in France at the time of this video. Although they do say that they offer shipping to Spain, Portugal, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, and Germany. But you can get it shipped worldwide at places like Trade-In for $800. Check the description below for links. And now coming in as the #1 phone that you have never heard of, it's the Dorland Extra 5G Pro. Now, I saved this one for last for 3 reasons. 1, this is the newest phone in this video. 2, it's got the best specs. But 3, there is something super fishy going on with this phone. Now see if you can spot it. Released May 2023, this is listed as an industrial intrinsically safe 5G smartphone with thermal imaging, and it seriously seems to have gone totally under the radar because I have never seen anybody talk about this thing at all. It says it offers intrinsically safe explosion protection, it is suitable for explosive hazardous zones 1 and 2, and it can withstand being run over by a 1.5-ton car. So, have you guessed what is so weird about this phone? Well, you may notice that it looks suspiciously similar to the Doogee V20 Pro. In fact, it looks exactly like the V20 Pro, and it's got a lot of the same specs. Just like the V20 Pro, the Dorland Extra 5G Pro runs on the Dimensity 700 chipset with 12 GB of RAM, 256 GB internal storage that is expandable up to 2 TB. It's also got a 6.43-inch FHD Plus display running at 1080 by 2400 resolution, a 64 megapixel main camera with 24 megapixel night vision, and a 6000 mAh battery. So from where I'm sitting, this literally looks like it is the exact same phone as the Doogee V20 Pro. But the Doogee V20 Pro is not listed as intrinsically safe, so the Dorland does win in that department. However, the Doogee V20 Pro does come with anti-explosion film, so is it possible that that is all that it takes to classify something as intrinsically safe from Dorland? I don't know, but I'm gonna do some digging and see what I can find out about this company, and watch for a video about this coming soon. It can handle 24 hours of immersion in 1 meter deep of concrete, and it does offer 1.5 meter drop protection. Now, one difference that I did spot is that the Dorland actually costs a lot more than the V20 Pro. The Dorland Extra 5G Pro is available on Amazon for $858. And definitely let me know what you think about all this. Would you buy a phone from Dorland? Please share this video if you have found it helpful, and then you can click right here for another great rugged smartphone video. and I will see you there.